What's going on, guys? So I want to talk a little bit about this enemy of ours, this opponent of ours that just succumbed to death, right? Which is, eventually we're all gonna get there. Unfortunately, that's the case. But I got a few words. I want to say in regards to this, because I've seen videos, and you MGTOW men are very, very sensible men for the most part. The ones that I've heard that are being somewhat of an asshole or whatever is because they've our enemies have really poked the bear, and we're forced to come out and and defend ourselves, But the MGTOW man is by nature, that's what we do. We walk away. We walk away from all kinds of problems. We see a problem, we walk away. But all these this whole entourage of people that has attached itself to the MGTOW philosophy, or to those who follow the MGTOW philosophy. It's they must have their motives, but sometimes they're very basic. It's either for attention or envy, because they see that a lot of MGTOW men are living the life that they can only dream of having. It's who knows what else, who knows what else crosses their mind, or their minds. But in particular, I'm thinking about this guy that passed now a week ago, or a couple weeks ago. I hadn't had the time to put a video together regarding this issue, because I've been on the road, but it's not Friday and I'm home, and I have a few words to say in regards to what has taken place. We're all human beings, right? And some of us are misguided. Actually, all of us are misguided in some ways, But when you make it your hobby to go against men that have been put through the grinder, men that have battled their way through divorce court, men whose children have been yanked away from their hands, men that have lost money and everything they had. When you go up against that, and you have nothing to show for yourself, other than the fact that you're going up against these men, in a very spiteful way. I don't see that as being worthy of any admiration, or any respect. And so I am beating on a dead horse. I'm beating on a dead horse because, as far as I'm concerned, and pardon me for being a hardliner, but as far as I'm concerned, this is war. This is war of the hardest kind, in a sense. Psychological war of the hardest kind, not physical war. Although sometimes it does get physical. We're underfunded. We are persecuted by social media. We are persecuted by the government in a way, right? Because the MGTOW man is a non-wanted entity, right? Because we're going up against the system. We recognize that it's not just the women, that the women are the vehicle by which the system goes against those who wish to be free, those men who wish to be free. And so, as far as I'm concerned, these rats that are following our tails, right? If one of them bites the dust, you know, that's you know, society is no worse because of it. So let it be, you know. Let it be. You know, as we speak right now, there are guys that are being taken into custody by law enforcement, accused of you know, having done things that they didn't do. You know, accused of battering women, accused of sexually harassing women, among other things. You know, and let me tell you that from experience, it's no fun. It's no fun when you go up against the system. And for someone to come out and say that, you know, I remember watching one of the videos, you know, put up by this guy, and in it he was talking about how MGTOW wasn't a philosophy, you know, because we weren't wearing, you know, classic philosophy or philosopher's dress. You know, we weren't wearing a tunic, and you know, we weren't out in, you know, in a public setting, you know, philosophizing about life and about things, right? But MGTOW is a way of life, and as a way of life, it is a philosophy. It's a way of thinking. It's the wish to want to be free. Free from government oppression and control, from injustice. And so for a guy to go up against all that, you know, it tells me where his value, you know, what his value system is all about. And you know, luckily he's gone, you know. Yeah, you can call me an asshole, I don't care. I'm sure, unfortunately, one of his family members may end up watching this video, and I feel for the family, you know. But sometimes, you know, I'm the kind of guy that I tend to agree with people, you know, if I tend to want to come to terms with them, if, you know, if they disagree with me on some things and I see life a different way, you know, I still cut them some slack, you know what I mean? I don't, just because we disagree on some things, you know, that doesn't automatically make you my enemy, you know. I may even, you know, watch out for you. I may even, you know, if I see you're making a mistake or whatever, you know, something that, you know, that you're gonna trip down some stairs or something, I'll make sure, hey, to warn you, don't, you know, watch out for the banana peel or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But if, you know, I mean, this guy went after us for months. You know, as far as I'm concerned, maybe even longer. You know, but I'm sure it was months. And he didn't see the suffering, you know, that a lot of the MGTOW men go through or have gone through, you know, before finding this philosophy. You know, he didn't see any of it. You know, he didn't feel the child support, you know, payments, you know, with Uncle Sam breathing down his back, you know, giving it to the men without Vaseline. You see what I'm saying? You know, enslaving them, taking all the tax money away, you know. Sometimes even their property, you know, the place in which they live, you know. Happened to me. They ran me out of where I lived. You know, I worked for years for a fucking place. You know what I'm saying? I purchased all the furniture, put everything in the house, and all because, you know, I'm not gonna go into details because, you know, it's very possible that, you know, my children may be able to watch this video in the future, and I don't, you know, one thing I don't want to do is degrade their mother in front of them. You know, that's never a wise thing to do. You know, even if you dislike their mother, you know, and you have some bitter memories of the past, you know, you never want to really speak ill of that woman in front of your children. It's no good, you know, because it tears the kids apart. You know, the best you can say is, hey, listen, you know, if you have kids, you can tell them, hey, you know, your mother and I, we didn't see life the same way, you know, and so we, we decided to go our separate ways. It happens to a lot of children. You know, you're not the only one. You know, you have a lot of company, and you can, you know, children, they're not really concerned about statistics, but you can tell them something like, you know, I don't know, 6 out of every 4 or 6 out of every, you know, every one of you kids out here only lives with only one parent, right? So you're no different, right? You can, you know, sympathize with them, tell them that it may be hard or whatever, but you know, they'll grow, and that you love them, and that their mother loves them too, and that they are, you know, they serve as testament that you know, or their presence, the fact that they're present, that they're alive, you know, and that you are there with them, and they're able to ask you those questions, you know, that serves as a testament that you do indeed love them, you know. You got fucking guys that are going up against us, you know. They think we're assholes, you know. They don't see that we just kind of saying, hey, you know, hey, enough is enough, you know. I'm not gonna keep putting myself in this position where, you know, where I'm giving all of myself for nothing in return, you know. And there are a couple of brave guys out here in the manosphere, you know. They're elderly folks who I admire very much, and you know, a couple of them are, you know, they're getting to that stage where they're beginning to have you know, a few issues here and there, you know, health wise or whatnot. But they'll be fine. They'll be fine for a while, you know, and they're warriors. That's for sure. They're saying don't get married, don't get married, don't get married, and they're on their deathbed, and they're saying don't do it, don't do it. So they're you know, I mean, they've been put through the ringer. You see what I'm saying? So they know they're not, you know, they're not fools by any stretch of the imagination. And so you know, I've taken a liking to those guys. I think they're cool. You know what I mean? I think there's a lot to learn about those guys, you know, from those guys. You know, and you know, I wish them well. I really do. You know, because I see that you know, some of them they're in pain, and they're, you know, they're brothers, they're humans just like us. They're just trying to do the best they can to live their lives in the best way they, you know, that they can, you know. And but you got this anti-MGTOWs, you know, and they're nasty people. They really are, you know. So fuck them, you know. If they died, who cares? You know, life goes on. There are billions of us out here, you know. One of these rats fucking bites the dust, you know, because they overdose. Because that's what this guy did. I mean, you can't be that young and all of a sudden you die. Come on, you're on something, you know. But that's very typical with these you know, children of single mothers nowadays. They drug themselves. You know, if you know me at all, I don't, you know, I don't claim to be perfect, you know. But you know, one of the good things I've done is with my life is stay away from all that shit, you know, because that shit will tear you up. It will tear up a man, you know. It changes you forever. The substances you put in your body have an effect. You know, they control us like puppets, you know. You drink a certain amount of alcohol, you know, that changes who you are, how you act, you know, who you become in the long term if you do it for a long period of time, you know. If you drink enough water, that has an effect, you know. If you do crack cocaine, that leads you to a certain lifestyle, you know, and to certain people, and to do certain things. So it's very important what you put in your body, you know. So, you know, hey, what can I say, you know? Maybe today may be my day, I don't know. Maybe I'll go to bed right now and I don't wake up tomorrow, you know. But but why chance it? You know, why live like a fucking miserable pig in the meantime? You know, yeah, take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. You know, it's hard enough that you know that the women in the system and everybody else seems to go up against you right now. You know, look at the economy. Look at those people in Texas now. You know, all of them unprepared, caught in that snowstorm without having a clue. You know, never seen a fucking snowflake in their lives. There's a lot of suffering out here. But you know, thanks to this philosophy, we get to live a little free. You know, a little more free. And a little happier. You know, we get to enjoy life just a bit more. You know, we get to live another day. You know, and we get to make that day, you know, a day for ourselves. You know. Anyways, so those were my thoughts on this guy. Fuck him. He can take a big rubber dildo wherever he may be. I got another good video coming tomorrow. Actually, I got a couple videos in mind. The kind of videos I like to do. You know, the kind of videos that really change people's minds. You know, history-based, research-based videos. I got them in mind here. You know, from all the shit I've read and everything. Sometimes I put it together. You know, I concoct my videos. Boom, put it out there. Wow, people like them. So, I got a couple of those in mind. Just been very busy, you know. My alternator went February. I had to change that in the middle of a snowstorm, you know. Then my water pump started leaking too, so I let somebody else do that because I wasn't gonna fucking deal with antifreeze and all that shit outside, you know. And of course, you know, my tri-pack went too. You know, that's the pony engine in the truck that, you know, keeps, you know, gives you electricity and you know, like electric power and lights and keeps you warm and all that shit. That it went 3 times in February. 3 times, you know, in the middle of winter. The first time was the fuel pump. The second time it was a flame sensor. You know, there was no way I was gonna fucking fix that because I didn't know. I don't have the tools for that, you know. But I fixed the fuel pump. And then the third time, you know, the unit kept working, but the heater stopped working. So I'm like, forget it. I'm just gonna leave it like that. You know, I got a nice big sleeping bag, so I kept sleeping in my sleeping bag in the truck or whatever. And then I fell in the snow. So it's been a tough February for me. You know, but February's gone now. Poof. You know, a couple days, it'll be done. Oh, my airbags. Got drive rotted at the bottom of the truck. You know, for those of you that know about trucks, I had, you know, the airbag suspension. They were old. They were just old, and they had to be replaced so that the truck would pass inspection. So I had to change those too. You know, so I was underneath the truck changing that. You know, they're easy to change. There are a couple of bolts. You leave the trailer hooked up to the truck and change them. You know, but yeah, it was a busy month for me. You know. That among other things. And but anyways, I'll catch you in the next video. And like I said, I got a couple nice videos coming for you. Stay tuned. And for those of you who are new to the channel, welcome aboard. Welcome to the family. I will see you soon. Thank you.